All right, good day and welcome to another BowmanWebServices.com video. We're continuing our discussion. This is part 3 of conversion rate optimization video, specifically about all-inclusive vacation and travel.com. And so, if you're following along, you're on this page. So let's hop right on into it. Mentioned briefly, Hotjar. And so Hotjar, what a fantastic service, I'll tell you. I got involved with heat maps maybe like a year ago. And honestly, it took a little while to figure out how to work them. And ultimately I was using, some free services, and then ultimately I never really did. Some of the heat maps are, a little bit pricey per site, and so here you have Hotjar. Hotjar will let you have several heat maps and even record videos of the customers that are scrolling through your site for free, and so. I got this account set up. I've been monitoring all-inclusive vacation and travel for some time. I just reset it all this morning, so a lot of my data is gone. You can see that, since like a week and a half ago, my last set of tests was right here with this heat map, and I'll show you a heat map here in a second. Really, what I find fascinating about this entire service is that it will record, stuff that's going on the website, and so. I'm actually going to look through this data probably for I glanced at one part of a video, but I more or less going to glance at these 3 videos, and you see just today, I reset this morning. I've had 4 visitors. Each visitor spent so much time. I don't know what this 57-minute thing is, but this person hit all 6 pages. So maybe this is recording me. We're going to find out here in a second. But really, here's a good client. So 26 seconds. Was just on the website. Again, retargeting would be nice to chase some of these people around the web, but they used a computer. They just saw one page, here's another thing. I want to look at a cell phone, and so here's a cellular one for 37 seconds. And so let's just go ahead and peek. Okay, so here's the cell phone one, and really, this thing will track what a consumer is doing. So they entered the website and they scroll, they're scrolling, and this is what it looks like on a mobile phone, on their mobile phone. Okay, and so I'll be able to see the different types of phones and whether or not there's any bottlenecks or problems as the consumer is scrolling through, trying to find something. And so there they go. They clicked, and that's a flippable chart. There's no reason to click it, but that's another thing to pay attention to. What are people clicking on? If it's clickable, if it's not clickable, and then they're gone. And so, we're going to close that one out. We'll jump to this next one. So check this out. This is a computer version. And again, I'm skipping pauses. There are a little more pauses in here. This one here is that really long one. Does not look like me. This is somebody that's actually reading the stuff that I wrote, and that's nice. It's good to know that people are actually reading. So for the longest time, I had a lot of content on this website. This front page had 500, 600 words, and so I've really changed a lot of that. And wow, this guy's jumping all over the place. And so yeah, kind of interesting. As this thing continues, it's probably loading a little bit. It's going to continue down this little path. It's going to show us if he's doing anything else important. Let's see what these clicks are. My bad. Alright, well, that's interesting. Let's go to this last video, okay? We need to just keep moving on. I don't know. Man. Computers. Alright, and so on this one here, and again, skipping all the pauses and the load times and stuff, and it's just showing what that customer did, and that was real quick. But it gives you an idea, if there's a specific problem, like something like cellular, like the person is unable to click anything or call you, or there's no click-to-call button or something, you will be able to tell by looking at these different things that there's, on the cell phone thing, it'll be just drop off, And so this data isn't very good just yet. Okay, this is just 4 visitors. I let this thing sit for 7 days. I'll have, 30, 40 this thing will do up to 100 recordings for free. So I can realistically get a good idea and a good grasp of what's going on with the consumer as they're scrolling through the site. And so, here, let's look at an old heat map, okay? And this is before I switched the website around, and you'll clearly see that. And again, I'm looking at this data and I'm saying, people are clicking this, they're reading that, they're not reading this, and so as I scroll on down, it tells me where the average fold that shows in front of everybody, okay, and then it just kind of gives me an idea of, I got 6 clicks on that, 2 clicks there, some people are watching the video, I got like 6 clicks on the video. And so if people are clicking things, that make no sense, like they're just missing stuff, they're trying to click something that isn't clickable, it'll show you that that image got a whole bunch of clicks. And so collecting this data over a long period of time is just fantastic, and it'll let you subdivide it. So, by tablet gets like almost nothing, but cell phone, it does pretty good. That's, a third of the traffic. So I can actually just query by cell phone, right, and see what cell phone visitors are doing. In some cases, they might be trying to click that phone number, right? And so this is just going to give me some basic data. People are looking at, little links that I put here or there. And so, yeah, there you have it. Nice little way to kind of like see what's going on in your website. And so this will actually give you several different views. It'll give you a scroll view, which tells you, 100% of the visitors reached this point, 85% went that far, 70, and so on your different designs, let's say you got multiple landing pages and you're running multiple things, it'll tell you how far your visitors are actually scrolling. I mean, if 50% or less are even seeing the video, and really over like a month's time I got like 10 clicks on that video, I might just lose the video. In fact, on the new design, the video is actually much smaller, right? It's off to the side. There's no reason for it to take up a huge amount of space. It's not getting the clicks, and so I changed to put a little blurb on her here, a video comparison. Maybe I'll make this bright orange, okay? But I'm going to try to pull some more traffic to this. But if it doesn't perform or produce, and again, by watching your stats, that's how you're going to know. I can go to YouTube and look at my conversion rate and time, watch time. So it's not just about clicks on that video. I might be losing all my traffic in the first 10 seconds because they don't like my voice, or for some reason they're not amused, and they don't even get into the meat of the video, which is the whole point of the video, really. So it's only like a 2-minute video, but the meat is kind of like starts about 30 seconds in. So maybe I'm going to shorten the video. So paying attention to this kind of data will very quickly show you, what you need to adjust on your landing pages. And so you saw people clicking that, and so I'd like to see how the data goes, over the next week or 10 days, and I'll come back. I'll show you the new heat map. And so let's pop back up here. There was one more thing. If I'm doing computer view, it will record movement, which is pretty cool. And so this will generate. Hang on. So this will actually show you mouse scrolling, or this little cursor, my little cursor, and it'll show you where people hovered. So if they read something, like when you're reading something on a page, it's showing me all the hot spots, what people are checking out. And so this is not that box. That box is not there for consumers. Underneath here is one of the prices. It's the prices, terms and conditions, and then prices is the other one. And so, I can't pay attention to these different things, and you can see that, wow, here's the video. It's taking up all that space. People don't even scroll over top of it. You know what I mean? They avoid it. And so, I made the choice to kind of shrink that thing down, and I think that's good. And I don't even know what all this is. It's actually recording some stuff that isn't supposed to be showing on anything. I don't know what any of that is. So, just... maybe I went looking for that, and I don't see where that's showing anywhere on display. But for some reason, it's there's some funny thing going on there. Anyway, I find this absolutely fascinating, this heat map stuff, and if you get a second, and you're interested in this, drop me a note, or consider setting this up on your website, because without it, you're really blind. Once you get the person to pop through the search, They did a search, they clicked your blurb, they chose you out of the 15 that show up on the first page of Google, and then they got to your website and you go blind. You don't know what happened. And so a heat map will be able to show and track that kind of data for you. And then you can find bottlenecks and whatnot that will hopefully increase your ultimate sales. All right, hey, check it out if you haven't. Hotjar. All right, thanks for tuning in. BowmanWebServices.com.